Hi, I'm Jaun.
And I'm Celeste.
We are currently living in Boquete. We arrived here in May of last year. We have, due to circumstances, decided to retire. Having come from South Africa initially, we were looking for a place that's warm throughout the year, with lush vegetation, lots of rain, and friendly people, with fewer political problems. And through prayer and research, we finally decided on Panama.
I know that many people say, come prepared to live 6 months in a place and move around a bit. But we basically came to Boquete and decided to stay. We love the climate. I love the climate here. It's perfect, in my opinion.
It's also the thunder and the lightning storm. So we see that often. I grew up in the Highveld in South Africa, and it just reminds me of my youth. So we are very comfortable here. We've met a great number of people. Mm-hmm. It's a friendly community, and we have most of the conveniences of life quite close. And I don't think there's any other place in Panama we would rather live than here.
Yeah, what I like here is that the Panamanian people are very friendly, very lovely. We've had, in the year and 4 months, we've had dealings with people to sort out some things in the condo we bought. And they've been very helpful, very kind. Even though I could not speak a word of Spanish, we're learning. Yay for Duolingo. We had a guy here who did some cabinets for us. He doesn't speak a word of English, but between Google Translate and some friends, we've managed, and by now we understand one another quite well with sign language and drawings, etc. So I find them very helpful and very kind. What I like about Panama is that there's Canadians here, which is really lovely, and then a lot of South Africans, which really surprised me. So we really feel very much at home.
In preparation to come to Panama, I spent a lot of time researching different sources on where and when and which country would be the most politically stable, economically stable, with the right climate. Before we hit the pandemic, we planned to come to Panama just because of the cold winters in Canada, and we thought of maybe having 6 months stay in Panama, a 6 month stay in Canada, depending on the season. After the lockdown, we considered staying in Panama full-time, and we used that scenario to do the research and see how it will impact us, what are the pros and what are the cons. But just on the advice of the people from videos and articles, we made the decision to come to sell everything out in Canada and to come to Panama.
During our research, we watched a lot of Panama relocation tour videos. We watched some other videos, but we found the Panama relocation tour videos very informative. I liked what people mentioned, like the climate, the cost of living, how they experience things, and then also the value that they found in the tours that they did. We did not come to Panama before we decided to move here. Just because of COVID, the lockdown, it just made things really difficult. So we had to make a decision rather blind. And watching the videos, going through the Panama relocation tour guide was excellent. We bought the guide and I scoured it from beginning to end. And we used a lot of the resources in there. Incredibly helpful. I must admit that I really don't think we would have been able to do this or to do it so seamlessly without the help we found in there.
I remember the first day we drove in to Boquete. We boarded a bus in David, which is the second largest city in Panama. We were just pleasantly surprised as we were driving, and we were looking out the window, having the wind in our faces, and as if we were teenagers going on an excursion. We were quite excited to see how the surroundings gradually changed and become more hilly and then mountainous, and then we could see the low hanging clouds. I've never seen clouds hanging so low elsewhere as here in Panama. It's almost as if you can reach out and touch them, and we just felt so welcomed by the natural beauty, especially in the mountains and the green trees. We felt such peace. And then there's a beautiful river, Caldera River, running through Boquete. It was picturesque, and our hearts felt warmed, and we decided this is our town. Here we will stay.
We rented for 6 months, and because we knew that we wanted to stay in Boquete, that we didn't want to go. I love going to the beach for a visit, but I really do not want to live there. It's too hot for me. We decided after 6 months that we would like to buy something. So we bought a condo in Boquete, Valley of Flowers. It's a little gated community. It's on Volcancito Road, just at the edge of Boquete town, of the sign, the welcome sign. It's a little bit of a busy road. Sometimes it does get a little bit noisy. People have to realize that, it's a busy community. And there's building going on the mountain. There's coffee farms on the mountain, which makes it's part of the charm, but it can get a little bit busy. However, it's not intolerable. It's not all the time. We wake up in the mornings with bird song, the most beautiful bird song. We look out with the hummingbirds. We've made a little garden on our patio for the birds, and they enjoy that. We love the condos here. We looked forward to a more simple life. With this condo, with a nice, quiet, older community around us, life has become quite peaceful, very relaxed. We don't need to spend a lot of time cleaning anything or cultivating anything or working hard. We just love the whole idea of being retired. What I do like also about this particular area, is that it's a few minutes, 3 minutes into Boquete, right down into the town, and to get to the things that I need to get to. It's not in town, so you don't have to struggle when it gets quite busy to get out of town when you need to go to David. So it's very convenient.
I found the apartment to be quite comfortable. We don't need air conditioning in this unit.
No.
We can just open the doors. We've got good screens to keep the insects, and they've got major
Bugs,
especially certain seasons. But if you have a good screen, there's no problem.
And we paid $175,000 for this apartment. Big patio. It's got a barbecue and cabinets on the patio itself. We sit there on nice evenings, which most of the time, really, or in the mornings, have our coffee and look out over the mountains. So really an adequate apartment for that amount of money. If eventually we decided we did want to have a little bit of green space around us with a little house, which I think Jaun would really like, then we would rent this apartment out.
I think advice I can give to a man about tools and equipment, if it is possible for you to bring as many of the tools that you have, the power tools and so on, which I have done. You pay a little bit more to have it shipped here, but I have found that if I had to buy all my equipment again, it would have cost me much more than just the shipping. I think that we have to remember that the Panamanian market is very, very small compared to that in North America. So the higher end tools would not be easily found of the local shops here. You will probably have to do a special purchase via Amazon and having shipped here, and the shipping cost could be easily as much as the purchase price. So I have bought a barbecue, not expensive, about $450 worth, just to replace the old gas barbecue that was here. It was actually rusted through. So the shipping cost me $430 to bring into Panama. But it was quick, it was easy, and yes, it was painful, but at least it is accessible.
And I think, sorry I'm interrupting, but the reason Jaun bought the barbecue in the States was because this size on the barbecue on the patio, we couldn't find anything compatible that would fit into the space that was provided for it. That was the only reason. Because you can find barbecues that do it center, but it was just not the right one. Yeah.
So they have a do-it center here that has most of the tools that you would need. But I must say that it's very, very hard to replace Home Depot. I miss Home Depot, but obviously I survived a year and I think I can handle that.
you're not going to walk into one big store and find everything you want there. You have to shop around a little bit, but that's fine. We drive to David. When we had to do the bathrooms, we basically went to a few shops in David, Coches, do it. We even checked out Price Smart, which is very much like Costco. I really like Price Smart because there you can buy the more bulky stuff that you like to stock up on at a very reasonable price. And like Costco, they will have special items come in, and if you hit it at the right time, you might find something you need at a reasonable price. And then they have beautiful bathroom and tiling stores here. So yes, you can find what you need. In Bukete itself, I find that there's enough grocery stores to meet all our needs. They're actually building a Ray here now as well. I love shopping for fresh vegetables and fruits at the Tuesday market here in Bukete. It's lovely, very organic, very fresh, lovely veggies and fruits. We eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. So the bottom line is, if you are willing to shop around a bit and you make 4 or 5 stops on your shopping day, you get everything you need. You could not beat the prices. I would say that our grocery bill is a quarter of what it used to be and of what it would be right now in Canada.
We have found Panama to be a safe place. Bukete is a busy town. They have many festivals, many people coming in and out, coming and going. I have not felt unsafe at any stage. I would actually leave home without locking the doors, which of course my wife is adamant we should not, because it's not wise, I agree. But we both feel quite comfortable here.
I'm the Minister of Finance in the home. So our monthly costs, bear in mind we own this condo unit. Similar units here rent for $950 to $1,100 per month. That includes water, garbage removal. For the renters, it includes the HOA fee as well. Our HOA fees, I would say, run about $120 per month here. Our grocery bill, as I mentioned, much less than it used to be. I would say it varies a little bit because I tend to buy meats and some groceries at Price Smart in David when we go there, and I stock up a little bit. I would say on average, we're at about $800 a month. That includes when we eat out. We're 3 people, often eating, not all the time. We eat a lot of meat. We do like a lot of fruits and vegetables. We eat well. Electricity bill is crazy. It varies between $17 a month to $25 a month at most. And in the warmer seasons or time periods, our fans are running all the time just because I get warm fairly quickly. It's unbelievably inexpensive. Then with gas, I would say our gas runs to about $60 to $75 a month. Because I do use the dryer a lot, and I like cooking, and we've got gas stoves, gas ovens, etc. So, and still, that is really inexpensive. For both our phones, Jaun has a phone, I have a phone, it runs to $57 a month. Then we have the top internet because we use internet a lot, and it is $66 a month for Tigo internet, but you can get cheaper packages. From where we come in Canada, our phone and internet bill could easily run between $300 and $400 a month. And because we worked online as well, it could sometimes run to more. So there's just no comparison there. We decided to buy health insurance here in Panama just to make provision for emergencies, things, big diagnoses, cardiac, cancer, that kind of thing. For the 2 of us, it is $5,700 a year, which is much more than a lot of people would want to pay. There are cheaper options. Jackie's relocation guide has excellent information on health insurance, and I would highly recommend people look at that, because there you can look at all the options and you can pick and choose and decide what you want. For us, that's just really an important point. So we bought not the comprehensive insurance. You really don't need that. Just making provision for the emergency and the big things is adequate. Because honestly, a doctor's visit can vary from $18 for the GP. I paid $18 to one excellent GP. She spent half an hour with me. Blood work varies. Blood work can go from $40 to $75. We've not
That's
had
quite
much.
expensive.
Yeah, we have not had much done, but that's like a whole battery of tests they would do. Specialists, Jaun did see somebody in Panama City, a very good specialist at, I cannot remember the hospital you went to, was it?
It was the Panama Clinic.
The Panama Clinic, yes, Panama Clinic. And I think the visit for the doctor was $70, and he's a top-notch specialist. So really, your costs are way less than you would pay in the States, from what I've heard. In Canada, of course, our healthcare is free, but you wait a year, sometimes in some instances now, to see a doctor, a specialist. It can be up to 2 years. If you want to see your GP, you can't think that you're going to get in 3 days or even a week. Sometimes it's much longer. Here you phone in, and if you need to see somebody today and it's urgent, they will see you.
My wife is quite a social person, enjoys going out with her friends. As we said, it's quite safe, and they often meet in many cafeterias, coffee shops around Boquete.
Yes, what I like about Boquete is that after a morning or a day of running errands, you can meet a friend for lunch or coffee at one of the many cafes. You can actually go to the Boquete Library on Thursdays. There's always some or other talk of interest to expats. You can meet people there. There are various hiking groups. To my shame, I've only been once. I would like to go more, but we've been very busy. We've actually found a lot of volunteer work to do here, mostly regarding mission work and church, etc. So we've been very busy. But there are a lot of opportunities. If you love nature, if you love hiking, there are various hiking groups and lovely people to meet. There's photography classes, there's art classes. You meet people at the Tuesday market, people with similar interests. There's some ladies who love soap making. So for those with various interests, you do not have to worry. It's available. There's a huge music scene here. There's a Boquete Jazz Festival every March, I think. So yes, you really don't have to be bored here. Depending on your interests, there's a lot of people involved with the with animal rescue. I also know there's the Boquete Health and Hospice. So whatever your interest might be, there's a group that you could join to make friends, to volunteer, and to help out.
The best advice I have for those who are sitting on the fence is to consider the reason why they want to leave their country, because that was to us a great motivator. And then I can just reassure you about Panama. It's safe, it is welcoming, beautiful, lush, friendly people, safe place, and with great opportunity to those who want to start a second life.
I think it's a great idea to join Jackie's tour group, to come and see for yourselves. Buy the Panama Relocation Guide. If you don't know and you can't come, or for whatever reason you think you can't come on a tour, the guide really helped us. I think it is a good idea, as I said, to come and look, come and see if this is what you would like. Watch the videos on YouTube. It was incredibly helpful, and you can look at different videos from different areas in Panama, so you can get an idea of where you might like to live. Jackie has a Facebook group as well. She will give you access to that, and there you can ask many questions. We really love Panama. I can only say it so many times, but we love it here. We love the climate. We love the area we live in. We love the people. We enjoy the quality of living. We enjoy the quality of life we have here. I've had some medical issues and they have seemed to disappear when here. I feel so much better. So bottom line is, if you're thinking about it, come check it out. We'd love to see you and meet you here in Panama. We'll see you here.